In October 2015, Jurgen Klopp took over a pretty dysfunctional Liverpool side. In a few years, he somehow turned them into real-world beaters and restored them to past glory. But that was years ago. Hi everyone, welcome to Football Corner again. Right now, we're facing what feels like a reverse of that scenario. In a few months, Klopp will be saying goodbye to the club he loves so much. And while everyone seems to be focused on what life will be like after Klopp, there is one scary truth about Liverpool that no one is noticing. So, you see, the squad Klopp inherited at Liverpool was so far from exciting. I mean, look at his first ever lineup as Liverpool boss. Mignolet, Clyne, Skrtel, Sakho, Moreno, Clyne, Milner, Lallana, outinho, Origi. Just look at that little wonder. Liverpool were always around 6th, 7th and 8th on the Premier League table in the years before Klopp joined. Only exception was the 2013 and 2014 season when Gerrard's slip cost them the league and they finished second to Manchester City. This season aside, Liverpool were far from being a Champions League team at the time, but Klopp came and was able to build a team that could compete on the biggest stage. And before you make it all about money, let's just quickly tell you this. Since Klopp moved to England in 2015, Liverpool have been the always spender of the Big Six in the Premier League. In fact, of the Big Six club, they're only club yet to cross the 1 billion mark. Meanwhile, Chelsea have spent upwards of 2 billion euros and Man City have spent 1.5. But what makes this even more interesting is that Klopp has funded a good number of his own transfer through sales. If you remember, it was the sale of Coutinho that facilitated the purchase of the Van Dijk and Ellis, two of the best Liverpool players in the Klopp era. It is because of things like this that since Klopp took over, Liverpool have boasted one of the best net spends in the Premier League. This time around, they're now just behind the Big Six with their 384.15 million euro net spend. They're also behind Newcastle, West Ham and Aston Villa. This means that a good percentage of their purchases are funded by sales. A good business model if you ask us. Now, do you see how crazy this is? Klopp hasn't spent so much compared to his counterpart, but he has managed to build a better team than most of them and achieved more than all of them except only Manchester City. As you know, in his last 8 years at Anfield, Klopp has managed to win Liverpool their first ever Premier League trophy, a few domestic trophies, and of course, Champions League, UEFA Super Cup, and FIFA Club World Cup. Don't forget that he could still add a couple more trophies to that cabinet before he says his final goodbye at the end of his season. All this is truly incredible, but here's a scary thing about Liverpool right now that no one is noticing. What's going to happen to the Reds after Klopp leaves? Honestly, it feels like the team is being held together by the German. The former Dortmund gaffer seems to have built a system at Liverpool which allows him to achieve similar results with different types of players. It's why the club didn't exactly feel it when they lost Coutinho, Firmino, Mane, Fabinho, Henderson, and the likes. It's why he was still able to win the EFL Cup final against Chelsea with a huge chunk of the first 11 unavailable. It's also why he was able to do that incredible turnaround against Barcelona in the Champions League semi-final in 2019 with the likes of Salah and Firmino unavailable. That's exactly why his imminent departure is very scary to us. If the glue leaves, the club might just crumble. First of all, the core players of the team might leave. Already, we've heard rumors of Salah considering move to Saudi to go to make some ridiculous amount of money. We also heard rumors of Trent being eyed up by Real Madrid. And remember what Van Dijk said when he was asked if he saw himself still being a part of the club after Klopp's exit. He said, "That's a big question. I don't know. That's the captain of this squad and he's not sure if he'll remain at Liverpool after the manager leaves." What does that tell you? Players love and believe in Klopp so much. So, if the shepherd leaves, the flock might just scatter or they might not longer be motivated to perform at the levels that they used to. And we think it would not have been so scary if Xabi Alonso had made a decision to directly replace Klopp. Xabi is a Liverpool legend, loved by the fans and admired feared by some of the players. He has also proven to be very good tactically sound coach, so handover might have made Liverpool's future a bit more secure. But the ex-Spanish midfielder has committed his future to Bayer Leverkusen for at least another year. It means that Liverpool will have to find another replacement for Klopp. The likes of the De Zerbi, Moreno, and Nagelsmann are names that can still be considered. But would they produce the results that Klopp was able to produce? Would they be able to replicate that energy Klopp created in the squad? Would they continue from where Klopp stopped as regards player development and promotion of academy players? These are the questions that need answering. And the rate at which competition in the Premier League keeps increasing doesn't make things any better. A few years back, the competition was just between Man City and Liverpool, but now Arsenal are fully in all the conversation. There's also the likes of Aston Villa and Newcastle who seem to be remerging, and let's be honest, no one knows what could happen with the traditional big clubs, Spurs, Chelsea and United next season. They might be not so great now, but they have the quality to get back to the top no time. This very tight competition leaves title to no room for error for Liverpool, and that's exactly why it's scary. If the club owners get it wrong with Klopp's successor, they could lose their best player and be languishing outside the top 4 before they even realize. One last reason why Liverpool's current predicament is really scary is because of history. We've seen things like this happen before. When a team replaces a coach who has been there for a long time and achieved a lot of success for them, they tend to suffer after he leaves. We saw it with Arsenal. After Arsene Wenger, they got worse and worse before Arteta came and managed to steady the ship. Man United, meanwhile, have still not been able to find a proper long-term replacement for Ferguson. They have tried different kinds of coaches, but none of them have really clicked. They have not been able to win the Premier League or the Champions League since Fergie, then frankly, it doesn't look like they'll win either anytime soon. Of course, Klopp didn't serve at Liverpool for as long as any of those guys, but at the end of the 2023 and 2024 season, it will be almost 9 years. That's long enough. Going by history, Liverpool might go through a period of lows under which managers succeed Klopp, and that is certainly a scary thought for Liverpool fans, because the last time they experienced a period of lows, it went on for almost a decade. At this point, what's left to do is just hope that the club owners manage to get it absolutely right with their Klopp replacement. At the end of the day, it was the same guys who hired Klopp in 2015 using Glenn Graham's mathematical model. If they can use that same model and hire the perfect replacement, it would be just great. But surely, right now, the best case scenario which Liverpool fans all around the world would be praying for is for Jurgen Klopp to pull a Wolf of Wall Street and say, "I'm not leaving." That would just be perfect, couldn't it? But let's leave the dreaming for Joseph and come back to reality. What are your predictions about Liverpool's future? Will the new manager pick up from where Klopp left? Will the players leave? Will the club have to go through a period of lows? Will Klopp change his mind about leaving this summer? Just tell us what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed our video, like it and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the notification so you never miss out on new videos. See you in the next one. Bye bye.